to Devon's Table. We have a fun show for you. I'm Devon O'Day.
I'm Sylvia Gainier.
And we brought in a sister, my actual sister from Louisiana.
Hey, I'm Faith.
But I don't want you to be my sister.
All right. I want you to be my... Sure, I'll adopt you too.
That sounds great. We love it.
The holidays are all about your chosen family and your birth family and what you drink. From the Cajun family at Amber Falls Winery, we're going to talk sparkling wines. They actually have a fantastic one.
And with the sparkling wine, what you're looking for is something that's refreshing, doesn't need to be heavy, and sparkling wine goes with all different kinds of food.
Well, you all have all sorts of kinds of glasses here. Can we talk a little bit about the glassware and why is a sparkling wine served in different than a typical wine glass?
Well, it's very interesting. Sparkling wine has a cachet attached to it.
It does,
right?
yes.
So everybody thinks it's festive, so whether it's the holidays or for the new year, you not only want it to taste delicious, but you want it to look cool.
Okay.
And so looking cool is part of the glassware, but the other reason is sparkling wine is always served more chilled than a typical white wine. And
Right.
once your hand goes on a glass, guess what happens? We warm it up.
Okay.
Right.
So that's why true champagne, sparkling wine should have a stem to it. You'll see some stemless, but it's going to get really hot really fast.
Gotcha.
So that's what we're looking at. Also, the shape of the glass matters. If you go back, say in the 1920s, the Roaring 20s, the speakeasies, you'd see cocktails served in the coupe style glass. So this coupe style glass, this is one from around that time, and this is a more modern style one. Sometimes you see people use them for martinis and other things now.
Or pudding.
A sherbet. You got a sherbet? There you go. So a coupe style glass. My favorite style of glass to use is a tulip style glass because then you can really actually get some of the bouquet of the wine. So these are examples of some different styles of tulips. This is a more modern, shaped like a tulip, right?
Yes.
So a more modern one without a lot of frills. This is kind of a fancy one. Or if you're having a super big celebration, these ultra fancy ones always go great. And then you move into these fun glasses, and these are a traditional glass called a flute.
I was wondering, I've always heard them called champagne flutes. So
Yes, so flute, not like when you're going to play, but flute like when you're going to drink.
Now, do you think they took the flute, because I know it doesn't mean the same, but I mean, it has a long, tubular kind of shape like a flute. Do you think they took it from that? Okay.
I would say you're right.
And
instincts work.
And like if you do blow on it, I wonder if it makes a sound. Like,
This is not the all joke. We're not going to do that today. But the fun
rub the tops of it.
But the other fun thing is, as you can tell, I love fun things for the table. But the next time you're going to, say, a thrift store or a relative or a friend is, cleaning out some of their stuff, and they offer you a couple of glasses, maybe they're a little bit mismatched. I think that is the perfect thing to have out for holiday gatherings because guess what? You'll remember you picked up this glass. It's the one you like. You're going to remember that glass. It becomes your glass to have a taste of something. And then you would pick out the one you like, and everyone can remember which glass is there, and you don't have to get special pens to write your name and little hang tags and whatever. You just remember what your glass looks like.
I have I went to Yugoslavia and did a movie one time when I was really young, before I got on Murphy Brown. And I can remember I was obsessed with Somobor crystal. I actually bought it and brought it back on the plane with me. That's back when you didn't have to weigh everything and, they would not let you on. I had big boxes full of this crystal. I made it all the way back. We had one earthquake in Los Angeles. It cleared out all my Somobor crystal except for one of these and then one of I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Right. As it falls. But one of these.
You're channeling that memory.
Yeah. I am, but one of these and like a couple of little low balls and it was just my favorite crystal. So this really spoke to me, and I loved the way anything looked poured into it, especially champagne. It has a sparkle to it.
Well, maybe we should open some of that and pour some in that and do a little taste test.
Let's do that.
I think so.
You want to do that now?
Hey, yeah. You know what? We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll show you later in the show how to open this bottle of sparkling wine because there's a way to safely do it. because there's a pressure inside. So we're going to give you the safe way to open sparkling wine later in the show. Stay tuned. Well, we're looking at a little bit of the decor here at the Inside Out store, but Heather's going to take us on a tour to see all the things that are around here.
So the house is very symmetrical. It's an 1860 build. The bricks for this house were formed right here on the property. It was originally 52 acres with a cotton factory, and there's some small houses, carriage houses, all different kinds of things were here, but the history of the building is phenomenal. I don't know if you can see up here on the ceiling, when it was purchased in the late 1990s, the owner did a renovation. There was a drop ceiling in here, and we pulled the drop ceiling down. You could see the medallion, but it was badly damaged. He was able to source those pieces from the medallion back to the original company in Chicago.
Goodness, look at that medallion.
Isn't that gorgeous? The owner said that paying for the pieces for the medallion was nearly as expensive as the renovation at the time.
Oh my!
Well, we love being able to showcase the history, take something that was old, and then just give it a new face. But this is the front part of Inside Out.
We've got to look into this room. This farmhouse table is a beautiful, beautiful piece. Look at the detailing. Chippy paint is so important, but this is a new
It is.
table.
It is a new table. Actually, it is brand new from a new supplier, and we're thrilled looking at a long-term relationship with the supplier of our new furniture in here. So everything from the lamps to the tables to the rugs, we've been able to incorporate these into the houses that we design, and I just want to be able to have folks be able to get them for themselves as well.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Take a look. And we were just talking about all the different silk flowers. Don't look like silk flowers anymore.
They
These
don't.
are absolutely, they all look real.
No, these are great. These are great for your napkin rings. We stick our napkins in here and we put them on our table because that's beautiful and it's simple. You take the little picks and you can put them in your floral baskets, put it on your front door. It's an easy way to be able to decorate, and they don't require watering for folks that are
Yes,
working.
and the hydrangeas. I'm swearing to you, this looks so real.
The olive picks are my favorite. I'll be honest with you. These are fantastic. You can snip them. I buy them long because you can keep them long, or you can make them short. You can put them in baskets. You can lay them sideways on your bookshelf to add a little bit of green. But the natural green is absolutely. People have tied them upside down. You can tie them upside down on. Yeah, there's just 100 things that you can do with these.
So neat. All right, I love how you go from the fall colors in one room to the cool. I mean, I heard that blue is like almost like a neutral.
It is,
now.
blue is a neutral, but I'll tell you, we were so excited when we picked the colors for this building. Everything in the building was terracotta red. So we chose our palette and we picked a color. Urbane bronze is the dark color that you'll see out here. And when we had Sherwin-Williams, our suppliers, come through, they said, "Did you know what the 2021 color of the year is?"
What is it?
Urbane bronze. How?
No kidding.
Yes, we were so thankful.
I was asking several people what the color of the year is because every year at the home show we find out the color of the year.
Well, now you get to hear first.
I did. You were the one that knew.
Very
You get the prize. Urbane bronze, and that's this right here.
This color right here, and it's considered a neutral, even though it looks dark. It has a dark green undertone, so that's what it is. Beautiful. This is a picture of the Fitzgerald home as it was in 1869. This picture came with the house, but you can see the Italian architecture, the arches right here. The porch has been covered in, and the shape has changed a little bit for them to add on the kitchen, but we'd love to showcase that.
And that is where we are
That's
right
where
now.
we are, yes ma'am.
If you're wondering where we are, 37066.
That's right.
That's
exactly
where we
right.
are.
I love it.
Gracious and growing Gallatin. Yes, indeed.
Love that. That's fantastic. This is one of our local artisans. So they make their own maple syrup, and they're up in just above the border here in Scottsboro, Kentucky. And doing a great job. But welcome to the Klatsch. Klatsch is actually an old German word that means coffee and conversation. So
Coffee and conversation. A coffee class.
A coffee Klatsch, absolutely. So I'm glad that you recognize that word. Very good.
Yes. Now we come upstairs, a gallery of great signs.
Yes.
You can tell you love the Lord because
Me too.
the whole stairwell is a testimony.
We want people. The world is very negative. And we have an opportunity, a unique opportunity to be able to shine a light, and the Lord is the light. And so being able to put those things on our walls draws us closer to Him and gives us something positive in a really challenging world, for sure. And that's our goal. With our vendors, we have jewelry. Out back in, she takes vintage silverware, old flatware, which I love, and repurposes it into something beautiful again. Taking us back to a simple home life is Sherry Chapman and her beautiful things. These are handcrafted, hand-stitched baby clothes. So beautiful things for those special babies. It's just a simple and a sweet room.
Look at that. You've got babies in your life, you're going to want this because so many people don't have the option for homemade things anymore.
exactly
Grandma
right.
is not necessarily making those.
They're not. We've lost this beautiful art of embroidery, of stitching, and they're just so special.
But she certainly has taken it on. How pretty is this? Look how dainty this is.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, so sweet.
I love the details.
Ah.
This
I love how you've made everything feel like home. This is so beautiful. And look at all these crocks. I'm a croc fanatic.
So you'll appreciate this. These
Yes.
are from New England. This precious lady was the vice president of Fuji. She would scour the eastern seaboard for primitives and antiques every weekend. And now she's based here in Gallatin, and so she's filled a room with New England primitives and antiques. But what better room for
Take
it?
a look at that. Look at how they expose. Now, there's a place that I was speaking with in Lebanon,
Yes.
Town Square Social,
Yes.
and they took it down to the brick wall. But here's an example of what the plaster over brick. This is a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
A lot of work. But look what they have underneath. But I like it when it's just pieced.
I do
Don't
too.
you?
It is very beautiful. When we came in, we looked at this room and we're like, okay, so part of us saw a big renovation. The other part saw the antiquity and the story of it.
Yeah.
These bricks are 3 bricks thick, and the design of the buildings are so unique. There's not support beams going from side to side, yet this tower goes nearly 30 feet into the air. It's incredible. This is a belvedere on the top. A belvedere is a square tower that you can actually walk around in. And so up at the top, they say that Henry Fitzgerald used to sit up there in the evenings and be able to look out across his land.
I want you to take a look at this staircase. Now, because of codes, we're not going up. It's marked off, but you can see and give you an idea. Now, this is an interesting thing. You can shop and you can tour. Look at this. Isn't this incredible? Ah. Well, how can people find you? Let's take a look at Do you have a website? And I bet you have a Facebook page.
We do. I'm so glad. Yes, you can find us on Facebook at Inside Out Markets. Our website is insideoutmarkets.com, and we're on Instagram at Inside Out Markets as well. So we would love for you to reach out to us so we can help you however we can.
I have one of the recipients of funds that was raised during Best of Clarksville this year. I have Finders Keepers. I have Laura Lee Childers with me. She is oversees Finders Keepers.
Yes.
First off, Laura Lee, thank you for what you do.
Thank you. We were honored to be part of Best of Clarksville this year, so it's been a big game changer for us.
I can imagine that it would be. So before we get into what this is going to do for you, and again, the money raised through Best of Clarksville, you guys did an amazing job because you're helping out some nonprofits that really need it. Tell me about Finders Keepers. This has been up and going for 2 years now.
Yes, crazy thing, us crazy cat ladies start a rescue during a pandemic. But myself and my co-founder were both military spouses, and we got really tired of seeing all of the found kittens and found cats just in our neighborhood alone. So I had fostered with previous organizations. She had a half dozen cats at the time. It's kind of doubled since then. But we decided to start our own rescue. And with mainly focusing on our neighborhood here. And of course, cats in Clarksville and Montgomery County in general are just everywhere. So it grew a little bit. We're still small. We like to stay small and mighty, just to allow us to balance our full-time jobs as well as running rescues out of our home and giving these cats and our foster parents the attention that they need.
So some keywords right there: rescues out of their home. So video of what you're seeing now, just a few of the cats here that Laura Lee is taking care of. Currently on this day, you have 23.
Yes, 6 are mine.
Okay, 6 are yours.
6 are mine. The rest are all fosters. 3 of them will be going to PetSmart Hopkinsville that have some kennels available for us to get some additional exposure. But then the rest, there's about 18 foster cats. Wow. Or not 18, math is hard, even though you've had coffee. 14 foster cats that will be still here at the house waiting to get their temperament right for adoption, or just waiting for their forever home to come along.
So, and there's a process when it comes to being a foster. So what do you have to go through? And also with that, the money that you did receive that's going to help, how does that help you out?
Yes. So the process for being a foster, we of course have an application, but the rescue covers everything. The supplies that you might need, food, litter, toys, crates and cages if you need them. We can help with arranging the transportation to medical appointments and things like that. We cover the spay-neuter vaccines and any other medical treatment that those animals may need. And when you specialize in stray cats off the street, you never know what you're going to get.
Very true.
So we just need homes and places to put them to allow those cats to really show their true personality. And that's what foster rescues are great at compared to, you see an animal at the shelter. Wherever you want to adopt your cat from is great. Right. But we just are able to give a little bit more of a story and personality, having seen those cats thrive in our homes.
Is there a screening process for a foster who would like to come in and help?
Yes, we do. We have an application. We'll usually follow up with some additional questions, maybe a virtual tour of the home or visiting in person, just to make sure everything's all good to go, so we can assess the needs of what that foster home will also need from us. But then really good, if you say 2 cats are your limit, we'll have 2 cats fostered for you.
But that's 2 cats off of the main fosters who
yes.
house anywhere between, somewhere in the teens to 20 something.
Yes. So even I just had a cat adopted last night, and 1 cat down makes a world of difference in
There is something you're not seeing, but there is like a whole cat room set up in like the bonus area.
Yes.
And the litter boxes.
Yes.
And the chairs, and this is literally the cat space. How do you keep that up? That is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. A little bit every day, and then fortunately some volunteers with our rescue, other fosters, officers and members of the board, they'll come over and help do a deep clean every once in a while. I've asked for Christmas for my mom to come up because nobody can clean as good as your mom.
That's true.
So she's hopefully going to be able to come up after the holidays and truly help me catch up on some of my honey-do list. And
that's very sweet. And I have to say, Laura Lee offered me some coffee. She was like, well, you can't come in and not have a kitty cat mug to drink coffee out of. It's delicious.
Absolutely.
So thank you
Thank
so much. The money that you're going to receive, it only goes so far.
Yes.
How can we continue to help you?
We have an Amazon wish list and a Chewy wish list. We actually have 2 Amazon lists. We've got one that covers the basics like food and litter, and we've got another one that's our enrichment items, so fun scratching posts and costumes and everything. And if you happen to buy one of those, we have little comments on there, like we'll do a personalized video of the animals using that. Thanks for your donation. But we can always use food and litter. I've got on the setup on the front porch, the cabinet supply is for the fosters to be able to come pick up as they need supplies, so we're not trying to run around all over town at the last minute to get everybody what they need. So.
And how do we find that wish list?
Yeah, it's on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go to Finders Keepers Cat Rescue on Facebook, you'll be able to find it. It should be in our bio section, and we do wish list Wednesdays pretty often. We're planning on, you can always donate directly on our Facebook page too, and through PayPal and Venmo.
Fantastic.
So all sorts of ways to keep the momentum going.
Momentum going all year round.
Yes, but we're super excited though. Had a great board meeting after receiving the donation from Best of Clarksville. So we've kind of decided on how we want to allocate some of that money. So we are looking forward to actually setting up a low-cost microchipping clinic for members of the community. So in talking to animal control, they say about 1 in 30 cats that come through actually have a microchip.
Just 1 in 30?
About 1 in 30 is the statistic that was quoted to me.
Well, and not all of those are just your street cats.
Correct. Wow. Yes. So being able to offer microchipping, it's normally about $20 to $30 at a vet or at the Humane Society clinic, and I know Animal Control offers the clinic as well. But with a lot of those, they want you to pay the office visit at your vet in addition to the microchipping. And so with the funds, we're able to purchase a larger amount of microchips and be able to offer that hopefully at about a $10 cost as opposed to $20 or $30.
Making it a little easier.
Yep, and then the rescue will remain registered to that microchip for you too, so we can act as a third contact.
Nice.
Should that cat ever wind up at Animal Control and unable to reach the owners or something like that.
That is beautiful. That is such a wonderful thing to do. Oh, Laura Lee, that's amazing. So now if you want more information on Finders Keepers, head to their Facebook page. You see it right here on the bottom of your screen. That's coming up. So head there. You'll also be able to see the cats that are available.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you for sharing the information. And again, if you would like more, head to their Facebook page and reach out to Finders Keepers there. And if you'd like to make that donation, go to Amazon, find the information on the Facebook page, get one of those wish list items. That'd be beautiful.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
You can enter to win the HGTV Urban Oasis located in the heart of Nashville, plus a Mercedes-Benz C-Class and $50,000 in cash. That's a grand prize worth over $1.3 million. You can register at hgtv.com or foodnetwork.com. Want to see the house? We'll take a look.
sipping on your wine, out among your trees so tall that amber falls. Amber
Our most popular wine right now would probably be our peach, but right neck and neck at that is our Cajun Fest wine, which we introduced a little over a year ago. It's become very, very popular. It's a very unique wine. It's kind of a sweet red wine with those Cajun spices infused. Like I said, I am from South Louisiana, and it's really nice to bring that up. We have kind of a nice wide range of wines, from the dry reds, the dry white, and all the way through our fruitier and sweeter fruit wines. Actually, all the wines that we've made so far have won awards. I guess our most popular and the one that we're proudest of is our Crescendo, which is our Big Red. It's a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, and Merlot. It's actually won a double gold. I guess one of the things I'd like to add is that thanks to the popularity of the wine and the friends that we've made, we've actually started distributing our wine now throughout Middle Tennessee. It's available in most of the wine stores, and we've been very, very pleased with the reception that we've gotten and the support from our friends who enjoy our wines.
You'll find me in a state of taste with a smile upon my face at Amber Falls.
We love the Four Seasons, we love the people, and we just love this area. We love the beautiful hills of Middle Tennessee.
Like a warm summer wind, to share you with a friend. Oh, I'll be back again to Amber Falls. Amber Falls. Amber Falls. Amber Falls.
Mary Berger proved that age is just a number at the 2016 NFR. At the age of 68 years young, the 2006 Barrel Racing World Champion brought her speedy horse Mo to Las Vegas and set out to make history. For starters, she was only the third barrel racer to ever wear the coveted #1 back number, which is based on regular season earnings.
Here we go. This dun horse runs himself out of it. If he doesn't blow off, there he goes. He blows off the third barrel. He's running 13:58.
Mary Berger. At 68, she became the oldest qualifier ever for the National Finals Rodeo. And when she captured the Barrel Racing World Championship 10 days later, she became the oldest competitor to win a world championship as well. I know it's not polite to ask a woman about her age, but Mary Berger and Mo made age a major part of the story at the 2016 NFR.
One more turn. She's at the same part of the clock. That little blow off, and he runs hard.
Mary and Mo showed us that speed is ageless, and you know a lady does like her gold. Mary Berger was inducted into the National Cowgirl Hall of Fame in 2017.
#1 back tag, it's there because it belongs there. Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, and Mo. Want some momentum and some Mo money? Come on, everyone! Oh yeah! 13:58.
We're here with Ram Rodeo, and congratulations, Mary, on another win tonight. Out of 7 rounds, you have placed 5 times.
Yeah, I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. I mean, he started out just a little bit slow. Like I said, he was off for 6 weeks and a little bit out of tune, and but he's starting to pick up and run harder and try harder.
Well, I heard you say your horse is your hero.
Yeah, he is, because I really wasn't planning on him being here. I didn't think he'd make it, but my veterinary, Charlie Buchanan at Brazos Valley, asked me if I would leave him with him for a week so he could do therapy and work on him real hard to see if we could get him well enough to come. So we really didn't think he would make 10 runs, maybe every other day or something possibly, but he checks out really pretty good, not 100%, but doable. So if he tells me he can't make another run, then he won't make another one, regardless of anything. But as long as he's okay, we got 3 more. We'll just see how he is.
Wow. You know, you say your horse is your hero, but to all of us, we're thinking you're our hero. How amazing is that you're here at age 68 and to be so phenomenal?
Well, thank you. I don't worry about it too much. I'm just kind of a quiet person. I just love to barrel race, and I love my horse, and we just got a bond, and we think we're a pretty good team. So we just get out there and compete, and, you know, it's just so competitive now, so, you know, why worry about it? Just go through the alleyway and run. When I looked up there at that clock and I seen he turned 17, I thought, oh my gosh, he did okay. He did okay. I'd only run him in the mud a couple times, and basically I did it because I knew I was coming here and I just knew it would rain. So, and he really did handle it pretty good. Not that he's real experienced with it, but I think the second time he run, he was a little more on his toes. I just always thought this horse was special, and that he would run with the cream of the crop. But, you know, here, under these conditions and this crowd, all this money, he's just amazing.
You said, you know, you thought of a few things that you might like to buy with some extra money. I think now you can afford some of those.
Yeah, we've got a motor home that we just love, but my husband would like to have a little bit bigger motor, so that's probably what's on his mind. It's just so, it's prestigious. I mean, it's just, everybody would love to win this, and I've done it. I just, you know, it's just amazing, and I appreciate y'all, and I'm so happy. That's just what I do, and I just don't want to quit, and I guess I'm just too headstrong not to slow down. I just keep moving, so I don't plan on sitting down.
The homeowner drew inspiration from the architectural style of the house and the beach town where it's situated, so it has a real nice beachy, cottagey vibe. Now the home is newly built, but I really love how she brought in furnishings that really nod to the past, so it has a bit more of an eclectic feel. She has a wonderful eye for mixing and matching, so most of the furnishings are heirloom pieces she got from her mom or grandmother, and of course some great vintage finds as well. Now the tall windows and the French doors really inspired the color palette. They bring the garden and the outdoors in. The ceiling and the floors are finished in a nice warm casual pine, which is so fitting for this space. And the walls are in Hancock green. This is from Benjamin Moore's historical collection, and it's a nice fresh backdrop for all of the colors and finishes going on in the space. Now I love that she continued that green color story into the kitchen, but went bolder with Fairmont green on the island, the lower cabinets, and then for that statement range hood cover. I love how all the copper details really pop against the green. The apron sink, we've got the terracotta floor tile, and even down to the brass hardware. It brings so much warmth, but it really is the details that pull the whole cottage style together in this space.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
It's time for the Nashville Holiday Handmade Market, December 10th and 11th at Music City Center. 250 vendors of some of the coolest gifts, decor, clothing, and must-have items around. Handmade and lots of one-of-a-kinds. Goodie bags and pictures with Santa. DIY workshops, a photo booth, and more. December 10th from 9 to 7, December 11th, 10 to 4. Get your tickets in advance and avoid the lines. You can even pay in advance for your pictures with Santa. Go to odellmarkets.com and click Buy Tickets. The Nashville Holiday Handmade Market at Music City Center, December 10 and 11. Brought to you by Odell Markets. It's a ho-ho-ho lot of fun. Just like we promised, we are back and we're going to show you how to open sparkling wine. Sylvia, you do the honors, would you?
Okay, so here's a couple of fun things to remember. Whether it's sparkling wine or any other wine you're opening, if you have trouble getting this seal off, the cap off, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and take the whole thing. A lot of people like really fret over that sort of thing. And so if it's not working for you, you can't get it off, or if it looks a little straggly, just take the whole thing off. It's also forgiving. You can fold it back down, and that's really good. Question of the day. Newfound sister.
Yes.
You remember that old commercial, how many licks does it take to get to the middle of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop?
Oh, yes.
Well, the same question is, how many turns of the key does it take to undo a sparkling wine bottle?
Are you asking me that question?
I'm asking you that question.
Ooh. Can I just guess?
Yes.
Okay, 10.
Nope. You want to put your guess in?
3.
Somewhere right in the middle, it's 6.
Oh,
so
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Voila.
On all of them?
On all of them. It's standard in the industry.
Did you
6 turns.
How did you figure that out?
Apparently I was bored while I was waiting on guests when I was doing this. And so that's how I know that. Isn't that fun?
Crazy.
All right. And then now what we're going to do is, this is called the cage.
Right.
It's called the cage for a reason. Because there is twice the atmospheric pressure in this bottle. And if I don't care about the people I'm with, or want to blow out a window or knock off my favorite wine glasses, I would not have this secure while I'm taking this off. All right? So I'm always going to keep this here, and the cage serves to hold it in place so it doesn't explode in the liquor store everywhere, right?
So we could actually do that when you just take this off?
Yes.
Really?
You have to be very careful.
Because pressure builds up.
Pressure builds up, so you never ever take your hand off the top.
Well, I'll be doggone, I didn't know that.
So,
and you don't stick your head over it and let go. That's another thing. As I've seen people there, then they're looking. No, you don't do it this way.
Yeah, it gets in. I've heard injuries.
Yeah.
Yes,
in the eye.
absolutely, and it's very dangerous. I mean, this, if I would be silly and would have shaken this up and then didn't have my hand on that, it probably would go all the way through the ceiling.
Crazy.
So we don't want to do that. We want to be safe. So what you're going to do now is, a lot of people think, oh, I've got to turn the top. No, you turn the bottom.
Oh, wow. You turned the bottle.
The bottle, not the cap.
Crazy. I just learned this.
And you see automatically those beautiful bubbles, that's called the mousse, rising up to the top.
And you didn't waste any of it?
Didn't waste any of it. It's all good.
It's called the mousse.
The mousse on the loose.
And is there any reason why they call it the mousse?
Like a mousse when you're cooking something, the little bubbles, how it's foamy, if you will.
Right.
The foam. Really good wine glasses all have a little tiny etching, and it's very difficult to see, but they all have a little etching right down in the bottom of the glass, and the mousse gravitates toward that little etch that's in the bottom and makes the bubbles go straight up.
Great.
So that's another reason to use a fun glass. It makes it look like there's more mousse in that.
Oh, so it has more, it makes it have more of those sparkly things like this.
It has something to attach to.
So there must be etching in the bottom of this bottle.
Yes, you can see a little bit of that, just how it's indented in that. So it's all holding into that.
See, that's what looks so good in those commercials.
Yes, just like we planned it. It looks so good right here. So we're going to pour a little bit in. And the trick is to always tilt the glass a little bit. If you try to pour it straight in, it's going to go everywhere. And also, it's a little bit for you.
Thank you.
I learned that in France.
You did? Well, aren't you special?
Well, I don't know.
I learned it at a frat party, but it was with beer. A totally different thing.
A photo santé for you.
Oh,
Since you're doing the French route there. And now we have some bubbles.
Lovely.
Look how pretty that is in the glass.
And
Gorgeous.
this is sparkling wine from Amber Falls Winery, and it's delicious. And if you're going to add, like if you're going to have a mimosa, always pour the champagne first, and then a little dollop of orange juice or a dollop of, my favorite is peach nectar.
Oh, make bellinis.
But this is just perfect, unadulterated. Cheers,
Smells so good. Yes.
And you know, if you're looking for a blessing, you gotta first be one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice.